Is something selling, and for what price does it typically sell for? In my opinion, these are the two most critical questions that you need to be able to answer to make a strong purchase when it comes to Amazon FBA. In this video, we're going to answer the first one. How do you know if something is selling? Okay, I'm Jonathan. This is Duke Does Amazon, my Amazon selling channel. I am doing a series on Keepa because it is the most important and critical tool that you need to use and use correctly and use to its full potential to run a successful Amazon FBA business. And as I mentioned, what we're going to do is answer the question of how do you know if something is selling. Before I take you to my computer and show you some real life examples in Keepa of what we're looking at, let's go over a couple things first, okay? If you're not familiar, in the world of Amazon, there is a term called sales rank. Every single product in Amazon's whole catalog, millions of them, are assigned a sales rank. Now, each category has their own set of sales ranks. So for instance, there's a #1 ranking in health and beauty, there's a #1 ranking in grocery, there's a #1 ranking in shoes, so on and so forth. But let's just use grocery. Let's say there's 1 million items in the grocery category. The #1 sales ranked item is the best selling item in that category at that time, okay? By terms of units sold, not by revenue. And then the 1 millionth sales ranked item would be the slowest selling product in that category, okay? So the general takeaway is this: the lower the number, the lower the sales rank, the better. Think of golf or like sports rankings. #1 is the best, and the higher the number, the worse. Now, how do you get a better sales rank? If you're a product, every time that your product sells, it will have a dip in sales rank. Now again, a dip is a good thing because a lower number, the better. So now that we have that understood, and by the way, I should mention, sales rank is constantly fluctuating, okay? There's so many products and so many sales taking place on Amazon that it's very, very regularly moving if it's a good selling product, okay? So now that we have that understood, the reason it's important, because if we can take note and we can see when an item has a decrease in their sales rank, well, now we can associate that decrease in sales rank with a sale or multiple sales in a short period of time. And that's where we go into Keepa and why I'm going to take you to my screen. I want to give you a couple of different examples to look at, but basically the more something dips and has ups and downs, the more it sells. Because again, every dip you can equate with a sale or multiple sales. And this helps you know that a product is selling and lets you ballpark how frequently it's selling. Okay? So now that we have that, let me take you to my computer screen. Okay, so I have my computer open right in front of me. Before we go on to share the screen, let me just mention that I randomly thought of Mrs. Dash. I found a very good selling Mrs. Dash product and a very lackluster selling product. So this way we can see the visual differences of what a good selling product looks like in terms of the sales rank chart versus a mediocre selling product in terms of sales rank chart, okay? So here we are in front of me. I have opened the good selling Mrs. Dash product first, okay? All we're gonna do is focus on this top chart here, okay? This green chart, or this green line, is going to be all of the sales rank data. Now you'll see a pink line, a blue line, some other charts. I'm going to simply click out of those because we don't need to worry about those here today. Those were just my settings. Okay, so all we're focusing on is the top chart and the green lines. So this product, first things you can do as far as sales rank, on the right hand side, you can see what the actual sales rank is. By the way, Keepa automatically gives you a screenshot looking back 3 months. So all the way to the right is today, all the way to the left is 3 months ago, okay? And then in the right hand bottom corner here, you can go out to a year, you can go a month, a week, a day, all. We'll just keep it at 3 months for now to compare apples to apples. Okay, that's what it defaults to. So if you just put your cursor on the green line like I'll stop it here. It shows you the sales rank on this date, which looks like January, let's call it 18th, was 28,000. In a category of grocery, by the way, of like $1 million, that's phenomenal. And here at the highest in the last 3 months, it was at 108,000, okay? So I just want to point that out to you. That's a good context clue. I'm much more concerned about seeing that the sales rank is constantly going up and down as opposed to what the actual sales rank is. And that's what we're focusing on today. So in this 3-month span, I don't expect you to count how many drops there are. And by the way, just so we're on the same page, like going from here at 107 to here to 36,000, that's a drop, okay? From here to here, that's a drop. So on and so forth. So I'm not gonna count every single drop to estimate how many times it's dropping, AKA how many times it's selling. What you can do is, first things first, look at it and say, oh wow, it's going up and down a lot. That means it's selling a lot. And then to confirm, if you go to the bottom of the screen and you click on statistic or hover over it, in the bottom right, you'll see 42 times per month. And then if you go look at the top, that's the sales rank chart. And if you go across, it says drops 90-day average. That means on average, the sales rank has gone from one level and dropped down 42 times a month. Now, it's not a perfect science, but you can guesstimate that this product on average has sold 42 times a month over the last 3 months, again, on average. That's not a perfect formula, but that lets you know it's selling, give or take, around that number, okay? Whether it's 20% more, 20% less, whatever it is, it lets you know that it's selling pretty well. Now let me take you to the worst selling product. Again, I'm gonna get rid of the filters. So just look at the visual difference right off the bat. Look how many fewer drops there are in this chart up here, right? Like I could probably count them in all of the last 3 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It looks like it has dropped 17 times, meaning that it's sold 17 times in the last 3 months. And if I go here and hover over statistic, it says on average, it has dropped in sales rank 5 times per month. So I'm not far off, right? 17 divided by 3 months would be just over 5 per month, okay? And so that gives you an idea that yes, this is selling, but it's only selling a couple times a month. Going back here, look at the visual difference. This one is basically 8 times the amount of drops. So look what that looks like. And then here, again, only 5 times per month. That's what that looks like. So anyway, I just want to show to you what it visually looks like from a really good selling product to a very mediocre selling product. Sales rank is important, okay, the actual sales rank, but that's only one context clue and that changes all the time. What I'm really concerned about is looking for those ups and downs. And as you do this more and more and more, the visual clues and cues will become very obvious and very apparent. You have so much more to compare it to. If you've only looked at one chart or 2 charts, you might say, well, this one's better than this one, but it doesn't really let you know. So the more reps you put in, the more you'll really understand what a good, fast-moving product looks like and what a bad or mediocre looks like. And also, by the way, once you get going and you make your test buys, which you should always make test buys before fully committing to something, even at this point in time, I still make test buys, go back to those charts and say, oh, I got this one right or I got this one wrong. Let me see what that chart looks like and confirming what I got right, or let me see what maybe I misread here because it's not selling, or whatever the case may be. And also, before I sign off, I do want to say, personally, I think confirming that a product is selling and selling well is the most valuable piece of data. And some might argue, well, doesn't it matter that it's profitable? And of course, really you need both. But there's a lot of ways to find certain good selling products on discount or holiday clearance or whatever the case may be. But if something never sells, I don't care if it can make me $500 profit, excuse me, it's literally never selling, so you're never gonna realize that profit either, okay? So I hope this helps paint the picture of how to determine if something is selling, and the simple answer is the more ups and downs in the sales rank chart, the more amount of sales rank drops, the better. That means it's selling. You can kind of equate one sales rank drop to a sale or multiple sales in a short period of time. There is no perfect solution. In the next video, I am going to determine or show you how you determine what something typically sells for, so that if you find something that is selling, you can make sure it's priced appropriately so that you can make sure it fits your profit goals. I'm Jonathan, Duke Does Amazon. I'm on Instagram as well. If you have any questions, put them below. Have a great day. I'll talk to you guys soon.